You can't want something that you don't have and be a vibrational match to it. You have to be what you want, and then you can have it. You have to feel prosperity equivalent to your request. You've got to be chronically over here in the vibration of well-being. And when you are, the universe will say, well, here's a way, well, here's a way, well, here's a way, well, here's a way. When you hang around in the vortex and you're feeling tuned in, tapped in, turned on, you could be inspired to stop at the 7-Eleven and inspired to the timing of the ticket and inspired to buying the ticket that is the winning of the lottery. But you got to be in the vortex to do that. You got to get in the vortex. The vortex has to be familiar to you. You tune yourself to the frequency of the vortex, and you're not saying, I want to win the jackpot. You're saying, money's flowing to me in abundance. It comes in as fast as it can go out. Money is flowing in. It's like air. I breathe it in, and I breathe it out, and I breathe it in, and I breathe it out, and I breathe it in, and I breathe it out. It just comes to me naturally. You got to get into the vortex, and then the vortex gives you everything that you need to figure it out as you go. All you got to do is get in the vortex. That's the requirement. You've got to get in there, know that you're in there, and frequent that place often. You have to take the emotional journey there even before you've taken the financial journey. You just begin changing your dialogue. You make friends with where you are. You make friends with the life that you've lived that gave you the wherewithal to want that kind of money. You've lived a lot of life. You've lived a lot of contrast. You've been asking and asking and asking. I know that I'm the creator of my own reality. I know that these things are true. I know that I get to live the manifestational version of all of that. I believe that I can live the manifestational version of that. I think there's evidence all over this planet of people who stood right where I'm standing in terms of finances, who had a vortex just like I do that was all queued up for them, and they just found the way in. And I don't have to find the identical way in. It's different for every one of us. But one thing is a common denominator. They found a way to be a vibrational match to what they were asking for. And that's all I've got to do. That's the piece I'm looking for. What does it feel like to be a vibrational match to winning the lottery? What does it feel like to be in the vibrational vicinity of winning the lottery? What does that feel like? What does that feel like? How do you feel being there? You've got to vibrationally be there, and then the means comes. Try to describe what it feels like to be in that vibrational vicinity. If I want it, I might be there. If I'm appreciating it, I'm there. If I expect it, I'm there. You have to vibrationally be there. How do you feel about people who are excessively wealthy? How do you feel about really, really rich people? It's important because you want to be one. And if you want to be one, then you gotta really appreciate those who are that. You have to practice the frequency, and then the winning lottery ticket comes into your experience. What does it feel like to be in the vibrational place of large amounts of money flowing through your creative experience? What's that like? We are not kidding you even a little bit. The work is done. Now, what you must do in order to have the manifestation of it is you got to get in the vortex and hang around there for a while. You don't have to stay long in order to get the feeling of it. It's there and it's real. If we've convinced you of that, then just knowing it has to give you ease. Just knowing it has to make you proud. Just knowing it has to make you strong and sure. Just knowing it has to make you feel more alive. If you can know what you have done, and you can lay emotional claim to it by feeling the exhilaration that you can see and you can feel that we feel, and when you know it, even to the slightest degree that we know it now, it must manifest for you. We don't want you to get in the vortex to make it manifest. We want you to get into the vortex because we want you to feel like this. Feel the difference between the idea of winning the jackpot and the impulse to go buy a ticket. Can you feel the difference? We want you to focus on the impulse. You can get into that receptive mode and you can master it so much so that you know when you're in it and you know when you're not in it. And then you will know which impulses are the ones that are going to pay off to something that you want, and which impulses are going to pay off to something that you don't want. Which is the impulse that buys the winning ticket? And you're going to only by experiencing it know which is which. By the way it feels. You now know that your inner being is aware of where you are in relationship to what you want. Isn't it logical that you would want your inner being to tell you? What frame of mind do you have to be in? Are you in appreciation? Are you in applauding? Are you in sincere appreciation of positive aspects of something? Are you light? Are you easy? Or are you feeling free? Or are you happy? Get into that happy place and do whatever it takes to get there, and then watch what happens. Notice the correlation between I felt like this and that happened, and I felt like that and that happened. When your intention and attention is upon the way you feel, now your attention is upon your vibrational climate, your point of attraction. It's upon where you stand, which is everything. The way you feel is the indicator of what you're doing vibrationally. And what you're doing vibrationally is everything about who you're rendezvousing with, the timing of it, how things are unfolding, your ability to realize it, your ability to translate it, your ability to be at the right place at the right time. Everything is contingent upon your point of attraction, which is evidenced by the way you feel. Because you have a point of attraction that law of attraction is responding to. So when you get it, that you have a point of attraction and that you're emanating some signal based upon what's active in your thought process at the time, and that equals your point of attraction, more thoughts like it are on the way to it. You do have control over which thoughts you give momentum to. If you're going to buy a lottery ticket, you got to line up with universal assistance. It's sure. Once something has bubbled up and become a vibrational desire that you have realized, it is a sure thing. It's already so far along its progression that for it not to occur is ridiculous. And the only reason that it doesn't occur is because you have these habits of thought. And the only reason that you are willing to continue to project these habits of thought that are contrary to the desires that you hold is because you're willing to put up with not feeling so good. And after you get a handle on this and you start predominantly feeling good and you find yourself choking on words that you used to say often because they're really out of whack with who you really are, and you start allowing those magnificent vibrational thoughts to turn to magnificent see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it things, and others will look at you and they will call you lucky. They will say, how is it that everything nice keeps coming to you? And you'll just say, no, it's not. It's natural. It's who I am. It's the vibration that I emit. It's a natural, law-based experience. It's me projecting something that the universe must match. Just let everything wonderful surprise and delight you. Just know that it's in the vortex and just live happily ever after and let the jackpot surprise you. I'm living happily ever after. Things are really going my way. I'm really enjoying myself. I'm meeting lots of lovely people. I'm following my bliss. Engines, all going that way, that way, that way, that way. Jackpot. The real jackpot is alignment. Consistent alignment, and then other meaningful things will appear. If you think about the things that you already feel good about, then the momentum is there, the momentum is there, the momentum is there, the momentum is there, and then you receive the idea, so your timing is good. Jackpot is all about timing. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. And timing is all about alignment. It's all about timing and alignment. Do you believe that your jackpot and other wonderful things are in your vortex? That your inner being knows where everything is and the best timing for all of it? We want you to know we're always notifying you. The question is, are you in the receptive mode? And are you picking up on the notification? If you're blissful and playful and open and happy, then the impulse calls you. The notification is always being sent to you. And sometimes the notification is, not quite yet, not quite yet, not quite yet. Look over there instead. Look over there instead. Come over here instead. Come over here instead. Now look. Boom.